5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban.
Played a lot of those games and not made those.
Seconds remaining.
Even a year ago, like he won that game, and for whatever reason, it just isn't clicking. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I can't tell like who's making calls and stuff, so it's hard for me to say. But I do know that Resolution is not playing his full potential right now, and that has been, I think, one of OG's larger issues because you put so much on this guy. Like Resolution is a space eater. You're going to give him a lot of farm, and the hope is later on in the game he'll repay that. And so far, it's been a little bit shaky at times. And so if OG are going to get through a team like Liquid, he really needs to be the star.
All right, well, we're into the first draft.
Disappointed father over here.
It was kind of like that, wasn't it? I'm not mad, just disappointed.
Disappointed in your boy.
I want him to do better, and I feel okay saying that I think he is, because I think he has the same expectations on himself. I think fans expect a better Resolution as well. Like when he was on Empire and when he was on DC, and when he played with Empire at TI, he was a superstar. And you need him to be a superstar on this team for them to succeed, because No Tail, like you said, he's going to be Bro Tail, he's going to sacrifice so much for you. That has to lead to something at some point.
A lot of pressure on him.
So Iocoddle, Witch Doctor, Tusk Band, and a Gyro as well. So.
Do they take out the Chen, right? The big. Because we've been seeing everyone's just banning Chen, it seems. Like it gets through. It gets through some of the games. I know it got through in the LGD newbie one, right, earlier?
All the games on stream today, it's squeaking through.
It's squeaking through.
We saw an enchant ban one game, 4th ban, but...
So it is going to go through. Is Liquid going to go through?
Who won LGD newbie, by the way?
I think it's still going on.
It's still going on.
Newbie won.
Newbie won game, as far as I read.
There's
a bad look.
Tiny and Chen are the two top ones that are available. Tiny, Chen, and I don't think they'll go Bane. They'll Tiny. 100% pick ban.
Not looking good for LGD.
Not looking good for LGD.
Never count out newbie.
Never count out newbie to throw their own game. Indeed, they're currently on stream 2 right now. If you want to watch that game, in game 2 as well, they're 1-0 up. But you don't want to do that. Just stay here.
You take
with us.
They just take the Chen.
And we haven't seen a huge amount of tinies so far this event. It's usually banned first phase
for good reason.
Yes. But OG feel confident enough to let Liquid have it.
Chen, best pairing is what, like SK? You feel comfortable taking SK? Because can't Liquid just counter with Rubik? Second pick?
I was thinking maybe the OG takes the Rubik here.
Yeah.
Just as like that flex.
OG traditionally have taken either the Shaman or the Rubik.
Yeah.
Nice call.
Because now I think, Liquid might go scope for like a GH hero. They might just take that Earth Spirit.
Which way round do they play that? The Chen, Rubik? One is
Flies the Rubik and directs the Chen.
Which is swapped, I think, for Liquid. Because oftentimes
it is.
plays the Chen.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's weird, because they actually don't have the Chen as a 4, they have it as a 5.
You think
it's a very pure 5.
If they take the Rubik here, then they still open for the Sand King as the offlaner, and then you already took the counter. It's like you can think a extra step ahead.
I think they're thinking like step ahead, but they actually just take the ET. So it is a GH hero.
And they don't play a lot of Sand King offlane, OG, by the way. Not a lot at all.
Not a lot, right?
Nope. It's more like Puck Brew, Tiny Centaur, Omni, those S4 heroes.
The big thing we saw from Elder Titan last game, Terrorblade, how that affected the draft. See how that works out. I would say Elder Titan is okay at pressuring Chen, but he definitely has some creep issues to worry about battling creep. He doesn't have very good control either, so I feel like OG should be able to get the roaming, really, other than the Tiny part.
The scary thing about Tiny is like this hero just he's in any of the 3 lanes. Most of the time it's my control, especially, but
I don't think it's a Miracle hero. I think Miracle plays like the high ground. I'm gonna end. Yeah. Mind Control uses this hero to just go around and they try to set up for kills. But I wonder if OG banned the Terrorblade themselves, thinking that Liquid might pick it up.
After seeing them play, they've played what, TB 3 times?
Yeah.
dominated the 3 games played it.
I was talking to Zai. We walked here this morning. That feels like the team that's going to win this tournament is the teams that are going to do better anyways are the ones that have like better ways in the draft to deal with TB, because he thinks this hero is like such a it takes up so much attention right now because you can just get TB'd in auto loss.
They do ban TB.
Yeah, you have to in that situation.
I think with these 2 supports too,
Yeah.
especially you get to a point where you're useless versus Terrorblade as the game progresses. Sure, Rubik can steal Sunder, which is like but you have to walk into a Terrorblade lineup, which already is pretty scary.
Still have to get his HP low enough that he's gonna even bother Sundering.
That too.
Yeah, that won't happen.
If you've already taken the counter as well, it's nice. If you have ET, it's like you can still pick TB yourself. It doesn't discount it at all.
And Tiny's a super space creator. He just runs around the map and kills people with Dagger or Shadow Blade.
And I don't think OG want to be put into a position where they have to take the Lifestealer. I don't think they're a team like EG where... Because I don't think it's a no-tail type of hero. Because no-tail, what he wants to do is he's going to get sacked in the safe lane, but eventually he's going to rotate to Rezo's lane, and they're going to try to take that mid hero. Like, Lifestealer doesn't... That doesn't really scream Lifestealer to me.
I guess the one hero screams to me for OG right now is Juggernaut.
Yes, I was thinking the same.
Pair it with Chen. Go high ground. It has spin against Elder Titan, Stomp, and potentially do well against Titan.
You still need an offlaner though for OG, and you need something that like aggressively pushes in the lane. So what do you think of taking like Brew right now, because you have the Rubik already?
Could work. I guess it's a little vulnerable to the burst from Liquid. Killed pre-ulti if he gets initiated on. I guess they can save him a chance. Yeah, good. There's all the faults.
10 seconds remaining.
We've got 3 heroes currently sitting at 100% win rate at this event. They've all played 3 or more games in the first 3 days. Jug is one of them.
So they go Bat instead.
Bat is the other one.
Definitely better for getting pickoffs. Like, Brew's teamfight is amazing, but...
Man, I look at OG's lineup and I'm thinking, like, if they pick Jug next, that looks like some old alliance. Like, Bat Rider,
Blimey.
S4 Bat,
Remaining.
Chen Jug.
The other one of those
Classics.
trios of 100%ers is Tidehunter. She also has 3 games, 3 wins.
So what safe laners are you thinking for Liquid right now that do well against Bat Rider? He's like PL's one, Weaver's one.
PL is taken out.
Yeah. So
Don't know if you want Weaver versus the Rubik either so much.
yeah, it's a nice setup from OG. Like they banned some of the counters already, and they've taken one of the better ones.
They could go for something just like the Jug. I don't know if they have to pick it this early on, though. I think they can wait to the 4th.
Yeah. You want a 5 position that forces Kuro to be there, though. Like, what Liquid really like to do, I think, is they want to move both their supports around as often as possible. Because Kuroki really likes to be, as much as he's a 5 position, he's really a 4 at heart, too.
I'd love some new pick, like some Oracle or something. He's sick.
Oracle would get really pressured by Chen.
Yeah, I know.
Do like nothing there. I don't know, I'm looking at Earth Spirit, I guess. Not a new hero, but...
And then when Kuroki plays the Elder Titan?
33 heroes not picked so far at ESL 1 Katowice is Oracle.
That may continue.
Probably a strong...
Doesn't contribute.
loss, but-
Yeah, strong prospect of that.
Doesn't contribute much in team fights. Oh, but they do big it.
Alright,
Baby.
Hello.
On fire.
That was good.
Alright.
So counters lasso.
Did you call that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's why I picked it out. As
So-
he's one of the 33 we haven't seen so
I-
far, and then we all agreed that it was unlikely we'd see it. Well,
I was going to say, it's not just for the Bat Rider. You can dispel the Chen Send Home, too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one of
Hey,
the big things.
but you also second-guessed yourself.
Sure.
I mean, it's
Well,
because
actually,
Oracle's a bad hero.
It's because Oracle's not a
Yeah.
great hero. Yeah, so...
5
He's just really bad, like level 1, level 2. Once he's 3, if he gets like Arcane Boots, he's cool.
Yeah.
I guess Urn and Spirit Vessel are potentially really good with his ultimate right now. You could crazy heal somebody if you ulti
can.
him first.
You got to be careful about getting Huskard right now.
For OG, you're saying?
Oh, that's a really good call. Yep.
Yeah.
Another hero that hasn't been picked yet.
Although Bat Rider's okay against that hero in the laning. Like if you get a one-on-one against it. I remember who it was at it was Moon Meander versus Matoma Man at Summit. And at the time we thought that Huskar would crush Bat, and it
You
was
have the worst turn rate, right?
Yeah,
you have,
just- he
the
got
worst.
bodied.
You can do the spin around
Yeah,
Huskar, and
you
it's
just-
actually hysterical.
oh,
So they
so
do the life stealer anyway,
okay.
though.
that's cool. I like that.
I like this pick a lot. Yeah.
Covers them against.
These supports don't do a whole lot versus life stealer.
Yeah, we saw what happens when I've been talking about that all tournament. It's, if you can't enable your 4 position, the game feels you're almost always just going to lose the early game.
So Lycan is kind of on a little bit of a downfall, but still popular. Banned a lot, but pressurable in lane. Certainly against things like Chen creeps and against a Lifestealer, it's not bad, I guess. He does a lot of physical damage. He can run away from Lifestealer, and Lifestealer's trying.
5 seconds remaining.
But he can always jump in creeps.
Yeah, I think they still should be careful of this Huskar. I think this could be a Lycan mid, kind of like a trap. They could be like, oh, we're picking this Lycan. You think you have Bat versus Lycan, which is pretty good versus the Bat for the Bat. But I think this is we put Matu mid Lycan and we have a hard carry as this Huskar, and we just take over the game. So I think they should still fear that.
Do you think it's like? Do you think that's the only way that they can win the game now? Because their support duo is really weak against Lifestealer, or like I see your point about the Huskar, but it also feels kind of all in to me, I guess. Because it's not that great against Lifestealer, right? Lifestealer can just build like Deso with Armlet and just eat the Huskar alive outside of the Oracle ulti.
You can get Pike though, and it's okay again.
It's true.
You know, Pike Halberd and you stack Evasion versus the Lifestealer.
Because Lifestealer heavily relies on the burst, and if you can't burst them, then
the rage is gone, and then
yeah, then you just die
gone.
in 2
That's true.
seconds. The good news though for this Lifestealer is he's gonna have a good game against like the other 3 heroes.
Especially Tiny.
I mean,
Except
these
for
are
the toss spec.
2 of the best drafters. I really like Fly's drafts overall. I think they're really consistent. I think it's cool too that they just like proving. We thought that the Lifestealer was likely, but we just didn't think it was a no-tail hero, but they took it anyways.
Plot
Go for
position
the
5. It's not just Fly drafting either now. Of course, down there.
I like the quad
There's
pick a lot.
Mads in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very evasive. It's gonna be hard for Lifestealer to kill it. They have some disables, not that many. It's gonna be very good at just killing Chen. Chen's gonna have deaths this game for sure.
Storm part 2. Let's go.
It's Storm game. It's very interesting. It's like both.
We would
teams,
love this game as a Storm, wouldn't you?
I mean,
Yeah.
Bang.
That's what I call
both
it.
teams like they have
There we
like
go, look
identical
at that.
drafts. Like look at their drafts. They're both very like they have
Storm
same
part
weaknesses, same cores, kind of physical cores, evasive, damage dealing mids.
How's your Oracle looking there, Fogged?
I said Oracle because
It made sense at the time,
I'll say,
didn't it?
I mean, there's a couple reasons. It's also because there wasn't really that many 5
Nope.
heroes left.
Nope.
So I think that's what they're kind of looking at too. They kind of got left with that one.
Hmm.
Not looking great because there's 2 ways to catch him now with the Bat Rider and the Storm.
Yeah, tough game. Kevin, which way is this gone?
I think I like the OG draft better.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
Storm rounded that out nicely for you.
Yeah, I like the Chen as well and the
Okay.
Lifestealer.
All right. Well,
I think I'm gonna go with Squid, but really reluctantly.
okay. Slightly
Yeah.
concerned pick from Will. Fogged.
I think I like OG's draft better, but after the performance from Liquid yesterday, I'm going to them. I think they.
Very interesting draft, it has to be said, from both teams, which has left our panel a little mixed. Let's find out from our commentary team what their thoughts are. Gents, what did you make of that? That was a fun draft.
It was. You guys got it pretty much bang on for
Yeah.
the most part. Very impressed by the analysis from you guys.
Yeah. Good job, boys.
Good job over there.
Good job over there. Yeah. Good job to you
Hey,
guys
Paul.
now. Yes, Cap.
You know I love you, right?
Yes.
You checked in on the game on the second stream. Not looking good for LGD right now.
I did.
They immediately won.
Did they really?
They literally won.
Like, we were in the second
Fantastic.
pick.
You see, this
We were the second pick of the draft, and LGD had already won.
Cap, you know how powerful the commentator's curse is.
Now you've got the host curse.
I know. All right, guys, take it away. It's all yours.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, it's an exciting series. It absolutely is. OG versus Liquid. I'm ready for this one, Cap. We are having an Oracle making its debut appearance here. A hero that, as the panel sort of said, this is not a hero that's well respected at the moment. This hero is considered very hard to play. But if anyone's going to be able to show us how to do it, it is going to be Kuro. He grabs it here for Liquid. Do you think he can do it this game?
I mean, we were talking about it in the draft, right? We were bang on when it came to our analysis as well, right? We called Lifestealer, and I think OG knew the Lifestealer was coming as well. It's such a good Lifestealer game. I think they picked up the Oracle, knowing that it's good versus some of these heroes. Oh,
They've got the hold down
No-tail's fine,
bottom.
right? He's got rage.
He's got rage if he wants to. At the moment, he's holding the skill point. Keeps it cool. You know, he knows he can walk it off. Coming back to sort of eye them up here, but there is the full 5-mana Liquid. So has to be a little careful of this.
Listen, Big Daddy doesn't panic.
30 seconds
Cool.
to battle.
Saving that point for the lane.
So looking at this draft, right, you do have, like, it's a really good Lifestealer game. They have 2 different bombs with the Bat Rider as well as the Storm Spirit. The Storm should have a pretty good game as well, but Liquid's lineup does have these opportunities where they can deal with the initiation pretty well. With their cores are kind of hard to kill. The Storm's going to have a hard time actually being able to output enough damage. They have an Oracle to be able to protect some of these heroes against the Lifestealers. Direct single target damage as well. On top of the initiation of the Bat Rider, that can be countered as well. I think Liquid's lineup is looking like it's going to take maybe some early steam off the laning phase, but it may fall back as soon as we start getting these Lifestealer bombs online. Once this Blink Dagger comes off with the Bat Rider and Storm Spirit starts feeling enough farm that he can start participating in the game a little bit more, it'll definitely be a little bit more of a back and forth.
We'll see both offlanes getting pulled around here by either side. Four.
Our mid matchup, Quap versus the Storm Spirit, with a really good body block. Miracle's getting nice control over the lane already. We're going to have supports roaming pretty heavily on both sides, right? Like Blitz talked about how they want to be able to roam on the side of Liquid, but OG's supports are actually a little bit better at being able to roam thanks to the Chen and the Rubik setup at times.
At the moment, Rezo, a slight lead here.
The biggest thing for Liquid is that they want to be able to pressure this bottom lane and enable mind control with the help of the ET, and they're just going to run it fly over and over and over again.
Notel trying to do his best to keep mind control and GH off them, but look at GH just diving in. They will turn. They've got the point in the open wound, slowing down GH, taking a lot of tower hits as well, and that'll be first blood for Notel. As you said, Liquid wanting to put on this pressure, but taking it a step too far there.
Yeah, the Lifestealer matches up really well against the Elder Titan because you just cannot challenge the Lifestealer whatsoever, and you're going to see that in this lane where neither the Tiny nor the ET feels comfortable going for that hero a lot of time. He has racked up a lot of his damage, but they don't have a hard camp stack yet. And that, I think, could be the thing that tilts this lane into the favor of Liquid, if at all possible, is if he stacks the hard camp and gets the big increase for all those spirits.
Tor on the top lane, trying to play as aggressive as he can, and he's keeping up on par with the CS of that safe lane Lycan down bottom. Drag away, there's Fly, will make sure he secures himself the bounty ring away from GH. GH will give him a little bit of rundown and a couple of snaps with a big old stapler. Fine. Fine. Still, that mid lane, as we can see, this Storm, Resolution, he's having a great time in this 1v1. 12 for 1 against the 4 for 2. Is it sort of expected for the CS to go that favored for the Storm?
No, definitely not, because when it comes to Nyze at least, you've got even damage. The Storm Spirit has a slight attack damage increase with the Overload, but it really shouldn't be this one favored, especially with the little bit of help that Mirror got from the start.
This is, I mean, as the panel said, you know, Blitz was saying you need Rezo to be sort of that superstar hero, and so far, the first few creep waves, he's pulling out all the big stops this game. 16 for 1 against Miracle, 7 for 2.
That being said, Owen, the matchup against most Quaps is not necessarily about CS. The Quap really comes online in most matchups against where you're going to see it against SF, against the Storm Spirit. On level 3, when you have level 2 Shadow Strike, you're more about harassing the enemy hero and forcing him out of lane than necessarily trying to outmatch him when it comes.
Lane S4, getting gone on a bit here by Matsuma Man. He's trying to man up against this bat, and with the Reckless Akura, they'll bring him down low. Now they'll turn their attention towards Jarex, but in fact S4 salving up, clarity up as well. He's looking for the play around instead as he chases down Kuro. Kuro will be able to get himself back underneath the tower. Matsuma Man does manage to get himself back up to full health for the south.
Kuro has to just play pretty far back because he's the person there to be able to throw Fortune's End on Matumba Man when he gets too many sticky napalm stacks and S4 goes for the Firefly. That being said, it's purely a defensive measure. They have nothing really to stop S4 from getting some free farming.
Created. So it will benefit GH if you can get that right click up with the spirits. Once again, they fly, making sure the GH doesn't get the rune. May cost his life though. The GH does get the sleep stomp off. Quite closed the gap. One more slap will do it. He has still got plus 15 at the moment. Might need a couple actually with that in mind as the damage has gone down a little bit. Still chasing.
He's got him.
Distance. Slams him down with the spirit. So 1 for 1 now.
Asking Fly right now if that bounty. Oh, they're going to go straight for Kuro here, and I think he's dead.
S4 pops the mango. He's diving in, will be held back momentarily. S4
Oh, they blew Fortune's End, so they're going to go for the Lycan. He has to TP up, but they use way too many stacks.
That's smart from OG there. They may even get more out of this. GH, he completes his TP through. He does have to stomp, but Jax keeps his distance. Will allow him to continue to right-click into GH. S4, back off. It gets one more sticky napalm stack off. There's a third. They've got the blast coming in. He needs one more right-click, but Jax can't quite close the gap. GH will survive. But indeed, getting Matuma Man out of the lane, that's the kill that OG hoped for, and they'll get it.
That was a really cool outplay. Pressure Kuro, make him feel like he has to use Fortune's End on himself. He had already, before like they started going for that dive, he already had 6 stacks. Obviously, and with 8 or 9 there, Lycan just dies so quickly.
Pressure high. Got the medallion done now, so potent sort of right-click focus from him and S4 is going to be even greater in this lane. Miracle mind control. Now shrine themselves up. Miracle gets back towards the lane. It's looking to be, as you said, once the levels are there for Miracle, he is starting to close that gap. As you can see, Rezo now and then heading towards the jungle camps, as there is that definite kill potential.
The best thing I think about this Lifestealer pickup, well, there's many things, but this laning phase, against an ET, you don't really have a whole lot of roaming power, nor do you have like a saving mechanism for a core. You can't just TP in and save somebody if they're being doped. So he has to be able to, like most ETs, they're going to entirely focus on winning that off lane for your off laner, but we've already talked about how they just can't do that. So this ET is going to look totally lost in this laning phase. GH won't really know where to go.
And I think, would you say, in comparison for sort of the viewers at home, obviously watching that last Lifestealer game we saw from Arteezy, this isn't as good as a Lifestealer, that situation?
No, certainly not. Just because you have a Clop on the enemy team, you can't do much about. Lycan, it deals really well with Lifestealer as well.
So. Trying to man up here onto mind control, but he hasn't really quite got the damage to do so. Will infest the creep, has to jump himself straight out though. GH and mind control, look for the control. Sleep won't quite connect on him, but the
send back,
they should be able to save him indeed. Jarek's there with the play, easy save from the Chen, pops the medallion on him, has the send back. It's obviously the great usage of having that medallion early as well, that extra bit of defensive potential to get your cores out of danger.
Matuma Man just feeling so forced out of lane, he's actually the one getting up bounty runes now. Fortunately, they wanted to be able to get Lycan to like level 5, preferably like level 7 before he's forced to jungle, but Lycan is a great jungler. So he will be able to get some recovery off of that, even if
Jarrett, with his army, just keeps spotting out Matuma though, tries to force him away from each and every camp, make sure that he can't find sort of that safety that he hopes for in the jungle.
Quite the Fortune's End, so S4 is free to get aggressive on Kuro now.
Yeah, you're right. Just a bit of a misuse of the spell, as you say. He's had to use it, well, he felt he had to use it offensively, so he's in a little bit of trouble. Does have backup, and okay, with the numbers, they will be fine. Liquid bring 4 heroes up here to surround and take down S4, even expending the Sonic Wave, as Kuro says, you better not let me die here.
It was all a bait, though.
Works out.
All a bait.
But it's quite a large commitment of resources from Liquid.
Yeah, certainly. It's like we already saw the ET had to TP up there once. Now the ET goes up there again, this time with the Quap. The important thing is S4 is drawing attention up to that top lane, freeing Resolution to be able to get farm and mid, and the Lifestealer's fine. Oh, Jesus, GH. He is trying a little bit too hard. He TP'd into this mid lane, and Resolution is just going to go for the kill.
He is. Can he get out there? That's the question. Kuro is looking for the hold. Rezo will be able to dodge it here, and in fact, the heal end up helping him out. So Rezo able to get in and get out. Indeed, underneath the noses of those 3 heroes of Liquid coming forward to try and group together.
You very rarely see GH make those kind of mistakes, but again, it just comes down to the fact that he feels a bit lost in it. Struggling to be able to find location.
We can see on the CS farm just that little bit greater here for OG in the comparative roles. The mid lane 50 CS on the Storm compared to the 40, and the safe lane Notel 52 compared to the 37. And bottom lane, Notel getting aggressive here, biting into both mind control and GH. The rage will wear off. The mana are a little low on mind control. And Notel will be fine. This Lifestealer getting away with a lot on this bottom lane.
Yeah, pretty much the Batrider and the Lifestealer in a similar situation where they know they can win their lanes, they can be super aggressive, and they both have some failsafe. So this is all good for Resolution, but we've built this up before, Owen. We built this up in OG games where we're saying, hey, Resolution's getting all this free space because of the way OG is playing. Can he actually carry out the game for them? And we've always seen that Resolution in the past has been able to do that for teams, but at this tournament,
Dire structures are fortified.
Jungle once again, S4. Just his sole sort of purpose this game, just making sure that Matuma Man is kept behind. Making sure that no space of this map is really safe for Matuma Man to farm, and Matuma Man has to bring him back up each time. He's got GH around him, making sure that S4 can't continue to bully him. Mid lane Miracle making a bit of a go on to Fly. They'll look to lead forward. Kuro does get the hold off, but it's not quite enough. S4's TP'd in. Just looking to close the gap. Has the lasso. Do they have enough control though? They drag back. The Quap still blink out in time from Miracle, but it costs Kuro his life. Kuro's in too deep. Sleep comes out, but Zip ball from Rezo still looking to fight. They have got a fair few stacks onto Miracle. Rezo low on the mana though, and with mind control's wraparound, Rezo's going to pay with his life. An overplay there from the Storm as Rezo does sort of outplay him himself, zipping it into 3. And these are the sort of issues that we've seen in previous OG games that can sort of, have Rezo push himself back.
I mean, just look at the CS right now. The Storm Spirit is 61-3. He's top of the board, and then he just gives away a kill to Liquid, thinking that he could get aggressive in that maneuver. Again, it's those kind of mistakes that we've seen from Resolution in this tournament bar, and OG can ill afford more mistakes like that. That being said, Liquid are doing the right thing with their laning phase going so disastrously. They are grouping up a bit, trying to just bring a numbers game into that mid lane. It's out very well for them. Might lose S4 as well.
Go down bottom, no tail. Also trying to make a go onto Mind Control with the proceeds of the Chen. Mind Control getting incredibly low. Has the toss up, and in fact he's going to be safe. Kuro's there with the backup just in time. The sleep into the avalanche, down onto the Lifestealer, no tail. It's very tanky, of course, with that treads. Either wand on this Lifestealer, so he'll keep himself back. Mid lane again, Rezo pulls it forward onto Miracle. He does have Fly in the neighborhood, but Fly can't quite close the gap for the telekinesis. Miracle's fine. OG getting close to being able to bring down this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they've already taken the Liquid safe lane tower as well, and Resolution is even getting some pot shots on the mid tower. So this could be Liquid losing a lot of map control fast, which is real bad for them because they've got 3 cores who all kind of need some farm, especially the Lycan, who's still trying to recover off of his jungle.
5k net worth on no tail. The build as well this game, opting for the Radiance Lifestealer that we are seeing more and more. Do you like the choice of going for the Radiance this game? Any specific reason why it's a good one this time around?
It's not really a Battle Fury game, and yeah, I think Radiance has been a pretty acceptable item choice for these Lifestealers. Whenever I watch it, I'm not sure what exactly it is about it, but it just feels like it is such a powerful peak around that like 18 to 20 minute mark where a Lifestealer is already powerful, but then you just own team fights as well.
Yeah, I guess it's just the fact that, I mean, even if you're getting gone on, as long as you can get the rage off, you're never a hero that's going to die very quickly. You're going to be able to survive long enough for the Radiance burn in, the fights to pay off. And of course, Lifestealer, one of those heroes that sort of struggles to flash farm. The Radiance certainly helps.
Look at this push from Liquid. This is really nice. Trying to match this push from the bottom lane and OG. The mid tower much more important in these games, so it's a very good trade-off for Liquid.
Towards Mind Control. Look at the slow off, but not looking to close the gap. You say nothing more than just a tower for tower trade between the sides. 4 for 4. A slight lead.
Oh, they're actually going to try and cut off these heroes in the bottom lane as they come back from pushing that tower.
No tail would be the big one to find. Matuma Man popping the shapeshifter. Looking to set up with the Usp, but this is perfect control there. With the Centaur indeed. Setting up for the splitter to connect. That was a huge pickoff for Liquid.
Look at this. You can't actually bring your creeps back if you're the Chen against the Oracle. He tries to pull him back, but it just Fortune's End. It hits 2 of the creeps, and good luck trying. Oh, they're actually going to play this fast, and they're just going to go for more kills on OG. They walked themselves to bottom lane and were able to still TP into the mid lane and catch more heroes.
There's some fast-paced plays that Liquid are pilling out to start to step at the tempo. I mean, we were, what, 30 minutes in, it was just 4-4. Very sort of low kills game, but now looking to set things up, get that money as he closes in on Orchid. Worth on this.
So the tempo swinging back into the favor of Liquid for now, but we're just about to pick up that Blink Dagger. The Bat Rider that changes so much of the game because now Liquid, they've already played grouped up, but they have to continue to do so. They have to play this kind of 4-man crew and give the space to the Lycan to farm. Otherwise, they start splitting apart. They're just going to get picked off constantly by Bat.
They have to be careful though, G, because in the past, there was a reason why there was a lot of times whenever Bat would be picked, Oracle would be taken out. Kuro's there, the save's going to be there each and every time. and the bat players are sort of rendered useless. So we'll see how well and prepared Liquid are with this Oracle to react to any sort of jump from S4.
They do go for a two-man smoke here between Jarex and S4, but they're just positioning themselves to be able to pincer on mid, thinking someone can defend that. But Liquid are not attempting to defend any towers right now. They're gladly going to trade 1-for-1 because they don't feel they're stronger.
He's coming in. They are looking towards Rezo. Rezo does have No-Tail inside, and they go straight away on GH, but they are incredibly deep indeed underneath the tier 2 tower. No-Tail trying to finish off GH, will get the kill. S4 also moving in. Miracle eyeing things up from the side, looks at Resolution. Resolution now very low on mana. He's in trouble. The Sonic Wave comes out onto 2. Resolution, the attempted send back was there, but he dies too soon. S4 will be able to TP out. Jarex as well will escape. So OG, they dive in deep, but they don't get the tier 1 tower. And they lose Resolution, but only a support kill. Again, this sort of over-aggressions from OG, it's not great. They've got to hold back from these sort of bullish plays.
I think they're really overestimating the Storm Sphere's damage. They did that last time in their match against Mineski with the Storm Sphere. They overestimated the amount of damage for them, and he just failed to be able to get those fast kills time and time again. It was a cool fight from Miracle's perspective because he was just sitting on the high ground. He was just waiting. He was looking at Resolution's mana. He was like, yes, good. Use more. Chase deeper for the Elder Titan. As soon as he's low, all right, time to go for him.
Kills like that house. That Orchid looking, very close. About 300 gold away from the Orchid on.
Bat Rider's dead if they get the Fortune's End, and they do.
Quid. 5 now. So this Orchid's going to be there way before any sort of defensive item on the Storm Spirit. Matumba facing down Fly with the summons. And if Gold will come out, that will be enough to keep Fly alive. Rezo trying for the play, zips in onto Matumba. But as we're seeing, it's just the damage isn't there. And Resolution, he's now got a bit of a problem of his own. Sleep comes out. Don't have the vision though, so they will not try and proceed for it. The invis will keep Resolution safe, but as we're seeing, he's got to be careful. In that situation, if he didn't have the invis, he probably would have died again. Runs it forward here, mind control. Quick with the blink, actually juking in. But OG bringing in mass members. The Earth Split are not going to catch on to anyone, so this time it's mind control overstepping the mark. They've got the lasso, dragging back Kuro. Kuro into the center of it all. And OG will find 2. They hit back.
At least they got the offlane tower there for Liquid, and they lost some side heroes, right? They lost Oracle, they lost Tiny, but Matumba Man was still farming during that time, so Operation Create Space from Matumba Man is still a go for Liquid. Very rarely gonna hear that phrase. But usually Matumba Man's the one who's supposed to take all this, but they felt like the Lycan just got too shut out in the laning phase, and he's gotta get at least Necrobook 3. After all, the Lycan is a very effective hero for this game. The Necrobook 3, he has a threat against the Storm Sphere with the Mana Burn, and he's very strong versus Lifestealer. Get him to that fighting point, otherwise, you're just going to get run over by the Bat Rider Lifestealer initiation. I said that last time, though, and we saw the way that OG, their eyes a little bit too big for their stomachs, tried to go for some...
It's towards mid here. OG sweep around, they have got fantastic ward coverage over the jungle of the... 3 deep observer wards, so they'll have full eyes on any sort of farming movement. Still having the range of a couple of wards in their own jungle as well, so the map vision from OG is excellent.
Best for Liquid just to kind of play in their own jungle. They're actually going back here.
Mind control, comes in with the combo onto No-Tail. Quick rage and a runaway as he looks to escape. They're looking to try and catch someone out with the Astral. Break will get thrown down for the low ground, but here's Miracle with that Orchid complete. Straight on top of this Lifestealer, throws down the Sonic Wave, leaving no chance for No-Tail to get himself out of that one. In time, Matumba Man chasing S4 with the summons. Resolution is there with a Vortex to grab Matumba Man temporarily back, but he, with that move speed, will be able to get himself back out. Doesn't quite get the kill. Miracle does jump in forward. They do have that silence once again onto the Storm Spirit, but he's getting sent back. Just in case, Jarex sends him out of there. Miracle has eyes towards Jarex, but OG should be fine here, at least the rest of them as they back themselves away, but they are without No-Tail. I say that though, mind control comes in with the blink. Rezo looking to go forward, but they've lost Fly. The silence again from Miracle is out onto the Storm Spirit. S4's jumped in, they have found the kill onto mind control. Resolution going in once again, looks towards Matumba Man, is he going to get the false promise from Kuro? Buying time for Matumba Man to successfully TP out. Kuro will be surrounded and he will pay with his life, but he saves Matumba Man.
You can definitely see OG was caught off guard there with the initial part where the Lifestealer gets caught. He didn't have Infest. They actually just assumed that Liquid was going to be playing in the Radiant jungle, a safer part, just to be able to play around, kind of pressure that tier 2. They didn't expect the rotation back. Ends up turning the game a bit messy as we go from that one kill, then the chase over into the Radiant side. Ends up being kind of okay for OG in end, but I'm just concerned that I feel like they should be able to expect a lot more from their combination and their pickup potential, but they're just not getting those openings.
Look at this save. Literally, the last fraction. That could not have come a moment sooner from Kuro. That save there.
Oh, we're immediately going to jump into the Storms here. Grabbing onto Kuro, tries to go forward, but he's already been sent back by the Chen. So he's just a little bit of disruption, allowing Jarex to be able to...
Still, very close game between these two sides. 20 minutes in. 9-10, exactly what we had hoped to see from these two European Titans.
So because of the build that Storm Spirits are going right now with the early Kaya, the Queen of Pain is way more effective with the early Orchid build that we're seeing right now.
Tempted down bottom, but S4's there with Rezo. So that will sort of put Miracle off going straight for the kill on Storm. If S4 backs up a little bit, he has Sonic Wave back up in a couple of seconds. Could certainly try for some sort of play here, Miracle. Keeping his eyes on S4. Opens up with the dagger and the Orchid. Sonic Wave blocked down as well. There's a zip forward from Resolution, but backup's there. Kuro's in as well, so Resolution just has to zip himself back to safety. We get that free pick off.
Lycan, seeing if he can catch some more, is going to run into Fly here. Steal the Howl will make him a little bit tankier, but not tanky enough to survive through that, that's for sure.
Go for Roche. The pings are being made. Two heroes down on OG, the Bat being the biggest one of them in terms of disrupting the Roche attempt. They'll move in. The only sort of opportunity here from OG would be if Resolution wants to make a play, but he looks like he may be just that little too far away to get there in time. This should be a free Roshan for Liquid.
You know, and I'm just not sure if Storm Spirit is really that strong of a hero for this current meta and the way that we're playing. So 4 and 5-man constantly, the way everybody's pretty tanky in these games as well. It was the same problem that happened with Mineski, is that Mineski was always grouped up around each other and the Storm Spirit never found easy openings for those pickoffs that we normally see. It starts building up the Bloodstone charges and all that jazz. It's just not the same patch of older Storm Spirit.
Absolutely, I think, you know, sort of in the past, it was very much sort of when you were looking at the drafts, it was like the lack of disable. This is could be a free Storm Spirit game, but as we're seeing now, teams, they just ignore it. And so he's going to make sure to do his best to not be ignored, as he'll go straight in onto Matuma, bringing in Hotel as well. Kuro's there with a false promise. They come out with the silence straight away. They're on for Storm. S4 has the lasso. Resolution's still going to fall though. Liquid get one. They're going to get Notel. They're going to get S4 as well. And I think we are seeing... Oh my goodness, the saves from Kuro each and every time. This man's Oracle in a meta, as we've been saying, where most teams do not want to play it. He's there with the saves on his core. And again, we're sort of seeing this issue. They come in with the Storm, but they end up losing 3 OG. They just can't get the kills with it. Resolution is back up straight away. Has got that reduced respawn time, but that's because he just picked up his Bloodstone before that fight. So straight away, losing charges.
He knows that this push was coming down to the bottom lane. What he wanted to do was clean up the creeps and have backdoor protection up. Oh, got there. Unfortunately, not the case. They lose the result. Just has to TP back. 3.5 minutes for that Aegis. We're going to have a Linken's picked up soon for the Clop as well.
This is starting to get fine out of control.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So a lot of people are going to be happy to see that Liquid can pull something out like the Oracle in this day and age and really make it work.
And you heard the panel, I think 2 of them actually went for Liquid, but said that they liked OG's draft more. And I would actually, well, I thought OG's a bit stronger, but the execution is very clearly wanting on the side of OG, and Liquid are very well again.
Blood's up. Seeing if he finds an opportunity to close the gap. He's got that Orchid. Solution has to play careful, keeping himself hidden in the trees. If he shows, Miracle will be in there with the Sonic Wave. Rezo is aware, and Rezo will be the more patient of the 2. So Resolution will be fine. And then the rest of Liquid just grouping up, protecting Matuma, and as we can see as well, the way that they played, Matuma absolutely back in the game. He's up there at the top, second, just behind Miracle in net worth. They have played the game perfectly around the Lycan, who did suffer a little bit at the start because of S4's strong laning. The overall game plan, it's really coming together for Liquid, and it just seems a little bit broken from OG's lineup.
Liquid really want a blink toss back here on some unsuspecting hero of OG.
S4. Careful, Rezo. Does have no tail inside him. Big items coming out for Liquid though. Mind control with the S and Y completed Lincoln Sphere now. On the way to Miracle. Quite find the grab, but they do find the tower. S4 is going to try and go for this. If he does, it's going to be countered, and Mind Control tries to go with the blink. Blink reactions from S4 will keep him safe. Matuma popping the shapeshift. They've got the silence out again. Onto Storm Spirit. The force will keep Rezo safe. Gets him out of the Sonic Wave. Matuma still trying to chase forward. Miracle jumps in onto Jerax. No Tail trying to turn and fight. The false promise is there onto Miracle, keeping Miracle safe, allowing him to blink forward, finish off No Tail. The setup's there. Double kill for Matuma. Liquid keeping the pressure up. The false promise and heals, bringing Miracle back up to full health. Now they're jumping again. Mind Control gets the avalanche. The toss back onto S4. Resolution zipping into the midst of it all. Bringing Mind Control and Miracle down very low, but the stick charges a pop. There's the save again from Kuro onto Mind Control, keeping the tiny save. Miracle will blink back. Now the lasso comes through. They do grab Mind Control back. They lift him up into the air. Surely Mind Control falls here. No, the save again. Kuro and the smoke. Liquid disengage. They get out of there. They did lose Matuma off the back of it, but still the overall trade's continuing to go Liquid's way. And honestly, we keep saying it, but Kuro, he's showing off on the Oracle this game.
Yeah, he certainly is. It's looking like, despite what the panel said, and everyone's kind of agreed, Oracle's kind of a bad hero right now. It looks like a great one when Kuro's playing it, particularly in this matchup and Bat Rider. All in all, I think Liquid just like continued to play this way, right? Like they stuck around each other playing format. Even now, like the heroes are just coming back up on the side of OG, and they're still playing together.
He's been spotted. They've got the ward upon him. They'll try and hold them back, but the sleep controls him. Top lane, Jerax as well in trouble. Miracle's found him out. He's trying to juke this out, but he cannot survive this. They've lost 2 on OG. They're being pulled apart in multiple lanes. Resolution
out of mana.
He is. Mind Control looks for the avalanche onto S4. S4 forces back, but the sleep controls him. They've got the hold as well, with the root from Kuro holding down No Tail. No Tail surrounded by the 4-man of Liquid. He'll pop the Rage, trying to get out of it. They will have the blink back up, and once the Rage finishes, Mind Control will be sure to close the gap. He tosses in Miracle. Double kill for Mind Control. This game has gone so downhill so quickly for OG. A 10k lead, as you can see on that net worth graph, just falling off absolutely massively. I don't know if they can come back in this one, Cap. It's going to be so hard with the heroes that they have and with the way that Liquid's just playing.
Yeah, we saw like the kill up at top lane, but at the same time, the initiation that happened at bottom lane, we're seeing a big issue for the Storm Spirit, is that he can't really jump and kill any of these heroes because of the Oracle, but at the same time, he also can't jump the Oracle if Kuro's just playing well enough. He actually tried to jump Oracle, but midway through the zap, Kuro knew. He's like, oh, I hear that zap. I know he's coming for me. He goes ahead and pops the ultimate on himself. So Storm Spirit is still denied that critical factor, which is being able to jump in and kill one hero and make it a 4 versus 5. Pretty much no matter who he goes on, the Oracle always has a play to be able to stop that advantage.
Like a Miracle now with his hype build. More items to sort of help screw over the Storm Spirit. He's got a Shadow Blade coming out to him, so even easier for him to get that sort of surprise catch into the silence. It's going to cause a lot of issues for Rezo. Rezo, oh, he does have the Yule Scepter now, doesn't he? So he has got a bit of sort of safety in that sense. But if there's a couple of heroes from Liquid, Rezo has to be incredibly careful. Liquid picking up down mid once again. They're smoked up for a catch before attempting to push into the base. Matuma, the only one showing. S4 on fly. Did shove out the bottom lane a bit, but immediately TP out of there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wolf that they had scouting, the Lifestealer, I think got spotted by the tower. So Big Daddy No Tail kind of had a heads up. He could be the target. He backed up. The rest at bottom lane TP'd, so Liquid just have to go for the brute force push now.
Yep, straight up. But the army then melt through this tier 3 tower. Where is the D push from OG? The fortification comes out. Will buy some time, a safety for the side of OG, but Matuma, you can see, he still wants to get deep and involved. Try and throw, don't want to slow out onto him here, but it's not enough. Tier 3 tower will fall. Liquid get what they came for with that first bit of an attempt to push. Now GH will get dragged back. OG, can they get at least a kill out of this? No, because Kuro's there with a save, but they'll jump straight onto Kuro as soon as that comes out. The Earth Splitter does connect onto 2. Resolution has to be careful, starting to fall low on mana, will get sent back in time. But he does get the double kill before he returns home. Sonic Wave from Miracle flies out to fly. They'll lose the Rubik. The Resolution looking to come back in. He's trying to step it up, pull out the big plays. Can he get more out of this? Just get the control onto Matuma Man. Rezo balling up, playing around. They're going to be able to get Matuma as well. Resolution stepping it up when it's needed. They get the triple kill. We saw that fight. Kuro pops the save down onto GH. Immediately Rezo goes for Kuroki.
Oh, and all that was, I was just screaming inside my head, no, just let him die. Because I don't think Liquid needed to be able to re-engage there. They could lose the Elder Titan. That was a risky engagement for sure. Liquid has played around each other throughout this whole entire game, but here I think they took a step too far in trying to be able to, because the moment they use the Oracle ultimate on an Elder Titan at that, they just leave themselves wide open to the initiation of the Storms here at Lifestealer. He jumps in, they instantly kill the Oracle, and they're right in the middle of all these Liquid heroes, and they don't have a saving grace for the single target focus of OG. On top of that, they're near their base, so OG can always play for the Chen sent back on the Storm, and he could zip right back in with full mana.
Miracle. He has found himself a freebie on the side though, but Rezo is going to be there to back him up, trading away with the Vortex. Miracle's going to get taken down. Resolution.
Getting that worse. Liquid.
This man, he is beginning to answer the haters. He's stepping up the Storm play. Middle lane, S4 gets the grab on mind control. Status resistance though.
Don't grab a Tiny. Don't grab a Tiny.
Tiny is fine, but all eyes on Rez, honestly. He's trying his best to be the superstar his team needs, and those last couple of minutes, they are definitely opening the game back up for OG. They're managing to close that lead that Liquid had.
A little bit of RNG loss there for OG. They got such a critical pickoff on that Queen of Pain, and they're around the Roshan pit already. Unfortunately, Roshan just doesn't spawn. Won't be spawning. Liquid will be up as 5 to be able to defend. So, unfortunate, but if they can get another pickoff like that, in fact, they're going to get some big upgrades. They're looking at that Chen Aghanim Scepter pretty soon. The Shivas is a huge one for Resolution. He can be able to deal with the physical damage coming out from these heroes a lot better. And a nice AoE to be able to find the Oracle as well.
Chen's up there. And I'm thinking about it, but then it's very hard to do, as you say, when Liquid are up as a full lineup. You almost certainly have to find pickoffs before attempting to go into the pit. Fantastic team fight potential from Liquid around that area. The Elder Titan on their lineup.
So mind controls. It's interesting. We saw a similar build from Big Daddy No Tail when he went on Monkey King. He went the double defense items, and when they needed him to have damage, I think he just felt that Daedalus is the most effective pick for him. Crystals especially was really damage here, obviously.
G. Top Liquid do have the high ground though. S4 quick reactions, blinks out. TP away as well. They see the shapeshift pop. They want to get out of there. S4 tries to slide to the side, but the silence is there from Miracle. They'll lose the back. So zipping from Rezo. They're actually looking to try and fight this here. Rezo No Tail goes straight onto GH from the low ground. Kuroki goes for the false promise, but Rezo immediately realizes that. Zips down onto Kuroki. Rezo a little low on mana will be held back. The bat will die. That's going to be a die back here for S4. Resolution will use the Bloodstone Suicide. They've lost 3 on OG. No Tail and Fly, the last 2 remaining survivors. OG may have gone in a little too heavy around this fight, around the shrine, as a triple kill comes through from Miracle. Everyone being kept alive on Liquid. The play that had worked before from OG didn't work that time. Rezo trying to go for Kuro, but when he's not sort of got the full tank of mana, Kuro's going to have a chance to react, and nobody's dying on Liquid. They brought back on S4 to try and commit for that. That's a huge loss for OG.
That was like a desperation buyback and a forcing of a fight that I think was, again, kind of unnecessary. We had a very similar situation, right? ET is saved by the Oracle off of False Promise. But the difference is this time it was the combination. It was the Storm Zip and the Lifestealer pop out that the false promise prevented, and then in turn Storm Spirit by himself tries to go for the Oracle without the life stealer, bailing on him right on top of a bunch of heroes, one of which is the Lycan, who was just able to kind of man fight him, beat him down with extra physical damage, and force him into infesting into one of the Lycan creeps. So it's a dramatic difference, all based on the initiation and who the Storm Spirit lifestealer are able to make their first go on.
Without that Orchid, there's just not great solo kill potential on Rezo, and he is working towards it now. Once he has the Orchid online, absolutely. Get yourself towards Kuro. It can definitely get that solo pick off in the midst of the fights, but until that point, as you say, can't go for it on his own.
And we could actually have a very important pickup here for Miracle. Level 25. Fear. Do a lot. Really spoil the Batrider Storm Spirit's initiation. Maybe screw up the Lifestealer as well.
Lucian down, playing around, but look at this mind control. TP's in, finds the cutoff. They've got the control into the Stomp. They're holding this man down. He still has some mana left to zip out. Fly's there to back him up. They've got to get the Storm out of there, and with the final zip and TP, he will manage to escape. Same time, no top lane, Matsuma Man pushing him with the shapeshift. No tail, TP's in. Miracle's there, though, to back up the big bad wolf. On the side of it, they do catch Rubik. Fly will be punished on his attempt to retreat out. Silence onto this bat. Jump forward from Miracle. Wants to get the kill, but this is Miracle getting aggressive. He does have the Aegis. They'll take him down once. He needs the rest of his team to turn up, and Liquid, they are on the way. And OG know they're backing up. They know that they can't really kill Miracle a second time unless he oversteps the mark. He looks towards S4. S4 will get sent back in time. The Handle God Heal helping him, but Mind Control's there with the stun onto Jerax. They come in with the backline play, take down the Chen. And Liquid, they may not have got the cores, but they get the two supports and they keep themselves alive so they can keep this push going.
And Chen is such an important key piece here to the Storm Spirit and how aggressive he can play.
And they're going to buy back a Fly. Rezo zips in, zips out. PKP's popped by Matsuma as he man fights up against No-Tail. They do manage to get the grab onto Kuro. It is the crucial one. They take down the Oracle. He's removed from this lineup of Liquid. Now can OG get more? The slow onto Mind Control. Mind Control pops the cheese back up to full health. Rezo zipping back, prioritizing this tiny kill, and they'll get it. Now they need more. Matsuma Man getting chased down as well. GH going for the sleep stop, but it's not going to catch OG. They can keep chasing. Double kill for No-Tail as they find themselves the Lycan as well. GH also having the gap closed upon him. Resolution gets the slow off. Is it enough? GH a little too speedy, slides himself away, has the Yule Scepter, and he's also got the backup of Miracle. Miracle, no Sonic Wave though. So unlikely he can go for big plays, he can go for the little ones though. Fly on the backline, so he's going to tick down to the Soul Burn, he will. Miracle gets the kill, gets out. GH did manage to successfully retreat back to base.
Yeah, he got a great stomp off on the Resolution Storm Spirit. He read that there was going to be a ball lightning jump. That stomp managed to save his life and maybe save a big push from OG. They're going to feel a lot less comfortable with both Miracle and that Elder Titan on the map, so instead they should probably just be focusing on pushing out some of these lanes. From here, I mean, OG, they're left with 2 buybacks down right now, but I don't think they can look away from Liquid. I think they really still have to take these fights head on. I think they have to be aggressive. They have to be the ones initiating into the side of Liquid. They need desperately to be able to find a way to be able to stop the Oracle from getting off this false promise in every single one of these team fights, because that initial burst is so key.
I think we are seeing, though, impressive plays from OG, considering that they are behind. This is the second time they've sort of managed to upset the momentum, the flow that Liquid's got going. Have been able to begin to turn it around. Last time it did get shut back down. See if Liquid can do the same this time, as they are still in the lead. Those little swings giving OG the confidence. Resolution still top net worth. If he can continue to make the big plays on the Storm, this really could be the star-stopping game that Resolution needs to provide to show people how damn good this boy can be at this LAN.
Yeah, both teams are trying to play so fast that oftentimes they're taking these engagements without critical abilities being off cooldown. And that last one, it was Lycan's Shapeshift. That was on cooldown until, like, it was pretty much after the initiation already happened from OG, and the Lycan's trying to run himself away, and I'm looking at him, he's got 5 seconds till Shapeshift. By the time it was up, the fight was already over, and it was just a question of how many heroes OG could actually crit.
Who are they going to catch? They've got the ward down straight away with the zip. Resolution goes forward on Miracle, but Miracle's got the Shadow Blade. He didn't have detection. They'll turn towards the support kill instead. GH has been held down. They can themselves one. Resolution still with a lot of mana to play around with, but the Fear and Sonic Wave blows up the Rubik. BKB pop by Matuma Man. Resolution, you see his patience. He's looking for the backliners, holds on until he sees Kuro, goes straight away onto this Oracle and won't find it, but the rest of his team are suffering. They've lost 3 on OG. Resolution low on the mana, the Fear, making sure that he can't zip away, has to use the Bloodstone Suicide. So as much as Resolution tries his best to find the 2 supports, the overall strength of Liquid just crushes the lineup of OG. They keep their cores alive. Miracle at this stage, the Fear, as you said, already coming into play, causing an issue for each side. Each time OG try and close the gap and get involved with their spells. The amount of disable.
Because we have the buyback on the Lifestealer and the Storm Spirit, I want Liquid to just play with Miracle on the front lines, because again, they don't have Shapeshift. But maybe OG actually just don't buy back at all and are going to give up, what, 2 lanes of racks?
Surely they can't give away 2.
Oh, that is too much.
There's the buybacks. Where's the zip?
Lifestealer jump?
And it comes straight away onto Matuma Man. Matuma Man's gone. He's going to zip forward. Rezo, he wants more. The Shiva's Guard slow onto Mind Control. He's still got a lot of mana to play with, but Miracle is there. Resolution has to be careful. The silence comes in. They've got the combo. Resolution still fine, though. The rest of OG wrapping around. They will get the telekinesis onto Mind Control, holding him in place. Resolution claims the life of the Tiny as well. Cost them the 2 cores buying back, but they'll keep their bottom racks alive. They do still lose the mid, so Liquid continuing to edge more and more ahead. But OG, my goodness, they are certainly putting up a fight this game.
They played that really well with the double buyback and instantly de-infest into the Storm Spirit. They played it fast enough that Liquid could not actually back out in time without significant losses. But the bad thing is that OG is making all this and they're just kind of salvaging the game little by little. They're making sure they're still in it, but they're not actually taking anything from Liquid. Here, I don't think they're going to be able to force any buybacks. They're not really going to be able to get any big objectives. I think they just have to look to be able to control the Roche Pit for the next one. If they can get an Aegis on Storm Spirit, maybe that changes a lot for the game.
So I think we're seeing as well, you know, a lot of people say with the Storm Spirit, you want to be playing from ahead. If OG was sort of even coming out of that early mid game, this game would look almost over for Liquid. But the fact was Liquid managed to get this early lead, and they've been able to make it so that despite how much Resolution plays his heart out, it's so hard for OG to come back into this one.
Yeah, they had a decent lead from the laning phase.
Zip in, Karish with the Hand of God, keeps himself alive. The Sonic Wave from Miracle will finish him off. He pops his BKB, zips back. Resolution trying to chase him down. They've got the lasso, but there's the save from Kuro. False Promise comes out onto Miracle. Miracle will be fine. The Splitter coming down. They've already lost both supports here on OG. S4 will fall as well. Miracle focusing down No-Tail. They have to silence the Fear, holding him in place. That's 4 down on OG, and that's 4 heroes without buyback. Resolution, the last man standing. And good luck as a solo Storm holding back this sort of push that's going to come pounding down the lane.
It's pretty unfortunate. Like, OG have these great pushes coming in both the side lanes. If they somehow get an engagement, they can actually win. But again, they thought they could go for the Quap. Kuro is always positioned in the back line, just out of reach.
This should be GG. The speed that they push in. Resolution alone, can he really do what seems to be the impossible? Hold back this 5-man push? I don't think he can. Tier 4's going down. No buybacks on OG. Rezo trying to zip out, clear the waves with those remnants, but the Ancient is exposed. Liquid will push on. And there we have it. GG is called. Liquid taking game 1 here against OG and looking very confident doing so. There were a few swings back from sort of we said the brilliance of some of OG's plays from behind, but that was the overarching thing of the